What is up, my Majin Buu crew? It's your boy, King Majin, coming back at you guys with another video. And today we will be doing What If Deku Was a Kampfer, Part 2. If you haven't seen the original video, go check it out on the channel. There should be a playlist for it, and I might just link it down in the description down below. Well, yeah. Okay, you guys, you must be wondering, why is this video coming out? I thought the next video was going to be What If Deku Had the Omnitrix, Part 2. Well, complications, you guys, complications. That video is a really long one, and I don't have very much time anymore for it. So, we're gonna need to put that on standby. But I am still gonna work on it. I'm still gonna get to you guys as fast as possible. I just want to come to a good stopping point in the story. But anyway, I want to bring this video to you guys because it's been like 3 weeks since I posted it, and I really didn't enjoy that. But it might happen again. Stay tuned to the end of the video because I might have some more stuff to say and whatever. But anyway, let's get into it. What if Deku was a Kampfer? Part 2. We pick things up with Deku getting dressed and heading into the living room to greet his mother. As he would be entering the living room, Inko would just be sobbing, saying, "I'm so happy you got into UA, sweetie." As Deku would then say, "Thanks, Mom." As Deku would be preparing to leave the house, Inko would then say, "Hey sweetie, could you do one more thing for me before you leave?" As Deku would then say, "I'm not doing that again, Mom." As she would then say, "Please," as she would give him the puppy dog eyes. As Deku would say, "Fine, no pictures this time." As Inko would then say, "Okay." As Deku would then say, "Oh, she's probably gonna ask for pictures." Deku would then leave to UA, going to the front gate and going to class 1A, remarking how big the door is, being really nervous seeing it. As Deku would then say, "I got this," walking into the classroom door, hoping he wouldn't meet Bakugo or that one guy with the glasses. As he would walk in, he would see both of those two arguing. As Deku would then say, "Oh man." As the two of them would then look at him and, well, ignore him, as both Ida and Bakugo will go back to arguing with one another. The reason for this being, Ida never saw Deku run towards the robot to save Ochako. He never saw him do anything worth noting, so I don't believe Ida would make first contact. As Deku would then go to sit down, he would be just looking at all the students in class, with all of them staring back at him, wondering, "I didn't see that guy in the test. How did he get in? He didn't take out any robots, did he?" As they would then say, "Maybe for rescue points?" But as they would keep talking, they would then say, "I was there. I didn't see him save anyone." This would just be like a bunch of other students in class 1A just talking about Deku. No need to go into names. But as they would be talking, a girl would then enter, a girl with brown hair. She would then come in, looking around, searching for someone. As she would then see Deku saying, "Oh, hi, Midoriya." As Deku would then say, "Hello, Ochako." As the two of them would then strike up a conversation, Deku would then notice that she's looking for someone. As Deku would then say, "Who are you looking for exactly?" As Ochako would then say, "There was this really cool girl who saved me." As Deku would then say, "Oh no." As she would then say, "Oh no." As Deku would then say, "Oh, never mind." As Ochako would then say, "Well, anyway, she took out that zero-pointer robot and rescued me and carried me all the way to Recovery Girl." As Ida would then come in saying, "Yes, that girl was quite splendid indeed. She took out so many robots. And she was quick as well. And also powerful." As Ochako would then say, "I know, right?" As Deku would then say, as Deku would then be thinking, "Oh my god, they're talking about me." He would still be like, he's gotten used to transforming into a girl to a degree, but it's still a bit embarrassing for him to let people know that that's basically his quirk, or something similar to a quirk. But anyway, as they would be just talking about the girl, Ida and Ochako, Eraserhead would then come in, giving his whole spiel about how they took too long to get quiet and all that. He would then tell all of them to meet outside for the quirk apprehension test, when Ochako would then say, "But aren't we missing someone? Shouldn't there be a girl in this class? Or is she in the other one?" As Aizawa would then say, she's in the class, alright. You should meet her pretty soon. As he would then say, now hurry up. As he would then go to the training ground. As everyone would get there, he would then say, Midoriya, what was your farthest distance throw in middle school? As Deku would then say, well, at least 50 meters? As Eraserhead would then say, okay, now try doing that while using your quirk. As Deku would then say, okay? As Aizawa would then hand him a ball. As either Bakugo and Ochako would look at him, they would both be thinking, huh, I've never seen his quirk, what can he do? As Bakugo would then say, that quirkless loose is gonna make a fool of himself. As Ida and Ochako would then say, he's quirkless? As Bakugo would then say, yeah, I still don't get how he got in. As the two of them would be wondering, yeah, how did he get in? As Deku would be preparing to throw the ball, he would just be looking at it, being a little bit hesitant to transform in front of so many people. As Eraserhead would then come saying, what's wrong? Is something wrong with your quirk? As Deku would then say, there's nothing wrong with it. As Eraserhead would then say, just use your quirk. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's your power, right? As Deku would then say, yes sir. As he would then say, don't waste any more time and just throw the ball. As Deku would then say, okay. As he would then get into the circle, taking a deep breath in and out. As he would then transform, with everyone being shocked by this, he would then throw the ball, coating it in fire, and launching it, sending it soaring through the air like a comet. As Eraserhead would then see this, he would then hold up his phone to everyone else, showing a score of 568.3 meters. As everyone would be shocked by the score, and even more shocked that the boy in front of them just turned into a girl who just flung a ball over 500 meters. As Ochako, Ida, and Bakugo will be looking at this just lack-jawed, or with their mouths wide open, Ida would then say, so he's the girl from the entrance exam? As Ochako would then say, apparently. As Bakugo would be like, what? Since when does useless Deku have a quirk? As Todoroki will be looking on, he'll be shocked that, a boy just turned into a girl in front of him, but he will also be shocked about the amount of firepower that was just shown to him. He would then be thinking about his father's quirk, and he would just get a little bit annoyed by this. As Bakugo would then come charging at Deku, with him saying, Deku, how the hell did you get that quirk? And by the way, I'm gonna warn you guys, there might be some choice language in this video, so if you are not of the right age, I would click off. So yeah. But Bakugo would then come charging at Deku, with Deku preparing to fight instead of cowering in fear. But as Bakugo would then inch closer, Eraserhead would then, erase his quirk and bind him with his binding club, saying, if he tries something like that again, he'll be expelled. With Deku saying, phew. Afterwards, Eraserhead would then say, okay, so all of you guys are going to be using your quirks to compete. As he would then sigh, with Mina saying, this seems like fun. As Eraserhead would then say, seems like fun, huh? For the person who comes in last, you'll be expelled. As everyone would be looking at Mina a bit annoyed with her saying, sorry you guys. We would then cut to the other events, with the dash or the race, or whatever. Both Bakugo and Deku would then go up against each other, with Bakugo getting 3.45 meters and Deku getting 3.61 meters, using his fireballs to shoot himself further and his increased strength, speed, and ergo everything else. And using his increased strength and speed to get this score. We would then come to the long jump with Deku clearing it without even needing to use his fireball, just using, his incredible jumping ability. And he would then do good on the rest of the tests, with him getting 4th place overall, with Momo coming in 1st, Todoroki coming in, I believe, 2nd, Bakugo in 3rd, and Deku in 4th. As the test would then end, as Aizawa would then say, it was a deception to make you guys work harder and go all out. And everyone would just be annoyed by this, with Momo still saying, I thought you guys knew already, with everyone looking at her with an exasperated look saying, you should have told us. Afterwards, at the end of school, Deku would be walking when Ida would then come popping out of nowhere in front of him, with him saying, hello Midoriya, as Deku then say, oh, hey Ida, with them getting acquainted after the quirk apprehension test. As they would be talking, Ida would then say, you have a strange quirk, Midoriya, as Deku then say, yeah, I know, as Ochako would then say, wait up you two, as Ochako would then say, Midoriya, I just want to thank you for saving me, as Deku would then say, oh, no problem, Ochako, as Ochako would then say, you have a really weird quirk though, as Deku would then say, oh, yeah, as Ochako would then say, but it's pretty powerful too. As Ida would then say, yes, quite. But it is weird that you changed into a beautiful girl. As Ochako would then say, beautiful, Ida. As Ida would then say, oh, I did not mean to say that. And if you had already guessed it, Ida fell in love with Deku's female form at first sight. As Deku would then say, oh, thanks, Ida. As Ida would then say, oh, you're quite welcome, Midoriya. But it is unfortunate. As Ochako would then say, yeah, I feel for you, Ida. As Deku would then say, what's unfortunate? As they would then say, never mind. As Ochako would then say, anyway, Deku? As Deku would be surprised that she called him this, as he would then say, why'd you call me Deku? As she would then say, it was what that other guy called you, and I kinda like it. As Deku would then say, it's just the name Kachan caused me to make fun of me. As Ochako would then say, oh, sorry. As Ida would then say, how unheroic. As Ochako would then say, but I like it. It sounds like you can do anything. As Deku would then say, oh, really? As he would then transform into his female form, with the two of them being shocked. With Ochako saying, why'd you transform? As Deku would then say, it happens when my emotions spike. I can control it, but not very often sometimes. As Ochako would then say, oh, but why did it happen? As Deku would then say, you make me feel something for my name. As Deku would then say, I don't know, but thank you for saying that about that name. As Ochako would then say, yeah, I really do like it. It sounds like a great name for a hero. As Deku would then say, well, Deku it is, with him having red all over his face. With Ida saying, I thought that was an insult. As Ida would then look at Deku's face, with him blushing a little bit, as he sees Deku blushing. As the three of them would then just start to talk on their way to the station, they would just separate. As Deku would get home, Inko would be in the living room, holding an outfit saying, it's time, Deku. As Deku would then say, I really wish you would have forgotten about this. As Inko would then say, never. As Deku would then put on the outfit, getting into a maid outfit. As Inko would then say, I know you said no picture. As Deku would then say, just take the pictures, Mom. As she would then say, thanks, sweetie. As she would then take a whole portfolio of pictures. As Deku would then go to his room, sighing, saying, Mom. As Deku would be lying on his bed, T would then come in saying, hey Midoriya, how's it going? As Deku would then say, I'm exhausted. As T would then say, okay. But anyway, how's it going with your rune ability? As Deku would then show a rune, with T saying, that's pathetic. Maybe I'll show you a different ability, because you're taking too long to master this one. It's kinda boring. As Deku would then say, okay, where are you gonna show me? Okay, hold out your hand and point forward. Concentrate a flame in your hand. As Deku would then close his eyes, concentrating a flame in his hand, with T then saying, okay, now think of shaping that flame into a whip. As Deku would then take what T said to heart, and a fire whip would then sprout out of his hand, with Deku saying, whoa, As T would then say, yep, pretty impressive. Okay, kid, here's what you need to know. Let me give you a crash course on your ability. Your flames are very powerful, but they can also be shaped to do whatever you need them to do. They don't have to be hot, and they don't have to burn people either. As Deku would then say, but it's fire. As T would then say, yeah, magical fire. As Deku would then say, oh, so it doesn't have the properties of, and he would then say, yes, it doesn't have the properties of normal flames. You can bend them to your will. You can create whatever you want. You can use them to capture people without hurting them with the flames. As Deku would then say, thanks, T. But seriously, why all of a sudden? I know I'm struggling, but why now? As T would then say, I'm getting bored. You just shooting fireballs and stuff like that, it's just getting so boring. I want things to step up. As Deku would then say, okay. As T would then say, I'm going to sleep. You figure out this ability on your own. There will be no more help until you master this and the rune ability. As Deku would then say, fine. As T would then go to sleep, with Deku wondering how can he advance his ability even further. The next day, all of the students in Class 1A would just be sitting down, talking until All Might would then come into the room saying, it is I, All Might, coming through the door like a normal person. As All Might would then announce that he will be doing battle training with them, and he would then say, but the clothes do make the pros, young heroes. So, as he would then open up the lockers for everyone to put on their hero outfits. Everyone would get their outfits on, and yeah. As Deku would then walk out, he will just be in his Kampfer outfit and uniform, having no real need for, well, a hero costume because he transforms and his clothes transform along with him, so it would be pointless. As Deku would just be standing around, Ochako would then come up to him saying, hey Deku. Oh, I thought you would have a hero costume on. As Deku would then say, this is kind of my hero costume. As Ochako would then say, what? As Deku would then say, didn't you notice that I transformed while having this on? As Ochako would then say, I never heard of a quirk that gives you clothes, too. As Deku would then say, yeah. And Ochako would then say, but doesn't that mean you'll be less protected? As Deku would then say, actually, these clothes work really well. They're basically almost indestructible. Almost, that is. As Ochako would then say, oh, okay. As Deku would then say, I love your hero costume though. It suits you. As Ochako would then say, it's a bit tight though. As Deku would then say, yeah, but it still looks good on you. As Ochako would then say, thanks Deku. As Deku would then say, you're welcome. Afterwards, Mina would then come up behind Deku saying, wait, I know you. You're the girl who's on the news, the one who cleaned Deku Beach. As Deku would then say, oh, yeah, that was me. As Mina would then say, that's so cool. But it's kind of weird that you're actually a dude. As Deku would then say, yeah, it was weird for me the first time too, but I got used to it. As Mina would then say, cool. As Kirishima would then come behind him saying, so you're the one who cleaned Deku Beach? That was so manly. As all the other girls would then surround Deku saying, yeah, that's pretty cool. I heard they even tried to offer you a modeling contract. As Deku would then say, yeah, but I turned them down. It's still a bit weird for me, even though I've gotten used to it to a degree. As Mineta would then see, well, Deku's chest, he would then say, hey Midoriya, can I? As Invisible Girl would then come up behind Mineta, smacking him over the head saying, beat it you little perv. As Mineta would be dazed for a bit, Kirishima would then take him away. As Invisible Girl would then say, sorry about that Midoriya. As Deku would then say, what was he gonna ask me? As Invisible Girl would then say, it's nothing important. But anyway, Midoriya, I have a question for you. As Deku would then say, what is it, Ashino? As Ashino would then say, it's kind of personal, but what cup size are you? C? D? As Deku would then say, cup size? C? Oh, I heard my mom talk about this once. She said I was a D or an E. As Mina Ashido would be like, E? As Deku would then say, yeah, something like that, but what does it mean? You see, I'm kind of making Deku a little bit oblivious to most of the stuff girls know about. Because I don't believe, like, this Deku, he's oblivious to some stuff. So that's what I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say here. As Jiro would then say, it's not fair. As Deku would then say, what's not fair? As Momo, Sue, Invisible Girl, and Ashido would then say, you'll grow soon. As she would then say, shut up. As they would begin to talk, Mina would then notice something, saying, hey Midoriya, are you? As their conversation would be interrupted with All Might saying, can we get back to the lesson at hand, kids? As they would then say, oh sure All Might. As All Might would announce the battle training and the groups and how they would be pulling lots. It will be the same team as in canon with Deku and Ochako versus Bakugo and Ida. As the villains would get more time, 10 minutes to be exactly, to, well, scout the area and prepare. Ida would then say, Bakugo, we need to plan a strategy to deal with him, as Bakugo would then say, stay out of my way. As he would then go off to fight Deku, and Ida would get down to the same stuff as in canon. As Deku and Ochako will be outside the building, Deku would then say, Bakugo's probably gonna come after me, so when he does that, you run off and go look for the bomb while I take care of him. As she would then say, why is that? As Deku would then say, Bakugo and I, we have history. As Ochako would then say, it's like long-fated rivals destined to go against each other. As Deku would then say, something like that, but you got the plan? As Ochako would then say, yeah. As Deku would then say, okay, let's go. As they would enter the building, they would be walking, checking around corners to make sure they're not sneak attacked. But out of nowhere, Bakugo would spin the corner with an explosion in his hand. But Deku, with one hand, might I add, grabs Bakugo's arm, the one that was throwing an explosion at him, parries him over, picks him up, and then slams him down to the ground as hard as she possibly can. As Bakugo would be dazed by this, looking on in shock, with Deku saying, from now on, Deku is the name of a hero, with Ochako smiling at this, as Ochako would then leave to go get the bomb. As everyone in Class 1A would see this, they would be really impressed with Momo saying, with athleticism by Midoriya, and Kirishima would then say, one hand nonetheless, with Mineta saying, oh my god, look at them. As Mina would then say, I knew it! He's not wearing one. As Sue would then say, he's not wearing what? And the rest of the girls would look over saying, he's not wearing a bra. With Mineta and Denki going crazy over this thing. What? As they would start to really focus in on the screen, with them both blushing a little bit, seeing Deku. As Kirishima would then say, you know he's a dude, right? As Mineta would then say, not right now he is. As the rest of the girls would then glare at Mineta with him shutting up, they would then say, oh Midoriya, that's not very ladylike. As out of nowhere, Midnight would then say, you are correct. But he hasn't been a woman for very long. As everyone would be shocked saying, Midnight, why are you here? As Midnight would then say, I came to come check out our newest interesting student. As All Might would then say, Midnight, don't you have a class to teach? As Midnight would then say, Nezu said it would be fine. He has someone covering for me. As All Might would then say, but... And Midnight would then say, calm down, All Might. As All Might would then just give up. As everyone would be asking why Midnight's there, she would then say, why wouldn't I be here? This is the most interesting thing I've seen all day. As they would just begin to wonder what Midnight's thinking, as she would then start to smile a lot, with them all being a little bit uncomfortable with that smile. As Bakugo and Deku will be preparing to fight, Bakugo will just be spouting off at Deku all of his rage nonsense. As Bakugo would then come charging at Deku, Deku would then launch multiple fireballs at him after seeing the explosion in Bakugo's right hand. Bakugo would then hit the fireballs with his explosions, basically disarming them, charging at Deku with an explosion in his hand, changing direction mid-air the same way as he did in Canada, as a fireball would be thrown right at him. As he would be behind Deku, he would blast him in the back with an explosion, sending Deku flying back. The two of them would then look at each other, with Deku saying, "I'm not losing this time, Kacchan," as Bakugo would then say, "Bring it on, nerd," as he would then come charging at Deku, with Deku creating a fire whip, surprising everyone, with Midnight saying, "Ha ha ha," with her just giving a sadistic smile saying, "I want to teach him so much." As the rest of the girls and students of Class 1A would be just wondering what's going to happen to Midoriya after this. Deku would then throw the whip at Bakugo, latching it around him, with Bakugo being a bit surprised that it's not burning him. As he would then go to come at Deku, trying to break free of the fire whip, Deku would then slam him into a wall, and this would repeat multiple times, with him trying to knock Bakugo out this way. But as Bakugo would then be getting annoyed by this, he would then aim an explosion at the fire whip, ultimately destroying it, coming at Deku in a fit of just pure rage. As Bakugo would then say, "I'm gonna destroy you, you bitch." As everyone in Class 1A would hear this, the females of Class 1A would be like, oof. Like, the amount of rage and just sheer annoyance at that statement. Kaminari, Kirishima, and Mineta would just be scared out of their mind watching them look at Bakugo in the monitor, with the rest of the boys in Class 1A being terrified as well. Even Todoroki would be a little bit on edge feeling this presence. And All Might would just be thinking, "Young Bakugo, you've really messed up this time." And again, I told you, there might be mature language. I should probably put a disclaimer at the beginning of the video. Anyway, back to the story. As Bakugo would be preparing to attack Deku again, the two of them would just come charging at one another, with Deku shooting fireballs at Bakugo at close range, and Bakugo hurling explosions at Deku's head and body. Around this time, Ochako would be at the bomb area, hiding from Ida. As Ida would then be doing his whole villain monologue, Ochako would then get discovered the same way as in canon, and the shenanigans with these two would play out the same. Bakugo and Deku would be going at it still, with Bakugo finally getting annoyed, jumping back saying, "You bitch, I'm gonna kill you," with him holding up his grenade, with All Might saying, "Young Bakugo, it's used that you'll kill her," with Bakugo saying, "Not if he dodges," with All Might saying, "Oh no, I have to stop this," but it will already been too late. An explosion would have been hurled at Deku, with him just being engulfed by it to everyone's point of view. Out of nowhere, a rune would then just pop up as Deku's being engulfed by it. Then smoke would come. As the smoke would then clear, Deku would then step out of the smoke, with some flames surrounding him in a type of a spherical pattern. A circle, that's what I mean. Bakugo will be surprised saying, "How did you survive that, you damn nerd? You bitch!" As Bakugo would then be breathing heavily, and Deku saying, "Honestly, I don't know why, but every time you say that, it just pisses me off, Kacchan." With him being surprised that Deku would use such language, out of nowhere, the fire spear would disappear, with Deku holding up his hand, shooting a massive fireball straight towards Bakugo, with Bakugo looking at it like a deer in headlights, with the fireball not even hitting him, hitting the wall right next to him, creating a giant explosion, causing Bakugo to be sent flying through multiple walls, causing him to pass out right then and there, with Deku capturing with the capture tape and running off to go help out Ochako, with the rest of Class 1A being surprised saying, "What just happened there?" As Midnight would then say, "I believed she absorbed Bakugo's explosions and used it back at him with her power and his power." As the rest of them would then say, "I didn't even know she could do that." As Mina would then say, "Him? Her? This gotta be a tough thing, huh? With everyone nodding in agreement with this, because everyone was calling Deku a he or a she at times. Asma would then say, it's a quite impressive ability to be able to absorb flames and produce them yourself, and amplify them as such as well. Even creating weapons with them. Reminds me a bit of the number 2 hero's quirk. As Todoroki would hear this statement, the room would be a little bit frozen over. Not frozen over, but the people would feel a chill, with all the guys in Class 1A thinking, what just happened? Looking at Todoroki, looking at all the ice forming around him, thinking, what's up with him? Around this time, Deku would have already left Bakugo to go help Ochako. As Ochako would have been captured by Ida, a fireball would be sent hurling at Ida's head, causing him to be flung back a bit. As Deku would then say, Ochako, I give you cover, you get the bomb. As Ochako would then say, yeah. As Ida would then say, heroes, you will not get past me. As Deku would be shooting multiple fireballs at Ida, keeping him pinned down. As Ochako would then use her gravity quirk, floating to the bomb, winning it for the heroes. With Ida being surprised, saying, no! As the test would then end, Ochako would then say, sorry Ida. As Ida would then say, it's quite alright. I tried my best. I gave it my all. As Deku would then say, yeah, you did good Ida. With him smiling at Ida, with Ida blushing a bit. With Ida saying, thank you Midoriya. As Deku would then say, you're welcome. As Ochako would then say, as Deku would then say, what's so funny? As Ochako would then say, it's nothing at all. And if you're wondering, I am not doing a Deku Ida ship. Do not think that. Ugh. The ship will be determined probably later on, or once I get you guys' opinions, okay? Actually, I might just put up a poll for you guys, so yeah. But anyway, afterwards, they would then head back to the monitoring room with everyone giving them praise for their efforts. Deku and Ochako, that is. As Bakugo would then enter, getting glares from all the female students and just scoffing at them. As Deku then goes to meet the rest of the group, they would then say, you did great Midoriya! As they will all just be praising Deku. With Kirishima saying, yeah, it was so manly. With Mineta saying, yeah, you were awesome. Just remembering the fight and how Deku moved with the little pervert. As Ochako would then say, what about me? As Momo would then say, you were good too, Ochako, but you gave yourself away, which wasn't the best thing at the time. As Ochako would then say, yeah. As Invisible Girl would then say, hey Midoriya, I have a question for you. As Deku would then say, what's up? Out of nowhere, interrupting Invisible Girl's question, Midnight would then appear. She wants to know, why aren't you wearing a bra? As Deku would then say, why do I need one? As Midnight would then say, doesn't your back hurt like that? As Deku would then say, well, now that you mention it, my back does hurt now and again when I'm in this form for a long period of time. As Ashura would then say, yeah, you need a bra. With those big things. As Deku would then say, is it really that important that I have one though? It's just a little bit of back pain. As they would then say, that can cause a lot of problems in hero work. As Midnight would then say, that can cause a lot of problems while being a hero. You don't want your back hurting all of a sudden and you're trying to save someone, do you? As Deku would then say, no. Okay, I'll go ask my mom to get me one. As the girls would then say, how about we all go bra shopping together, and we can show you the ins and outs of being a woman. As all the girls at Midnight would then say this to Deku, with Deku saying, it's alright, as Midnight would then say, come on, don't be like that. I'll even teach you how to use that whip of yours. As Deku would then say, you'll teach me? As Midnight would then say, yep, you're just flinging it around like a rope of some sorts. I can really teach you how to use it much better, Midoriya. As Deku would then say, much appreciated. And Midnight would then say, and about that little trip that we're gonna go on? The shopping trip? Or the bra shopping trip? As Deku then say, fine, okay. As Midnight would then say, perfect. And the rest of the girls would then say, yeah. But hopefully we can find a place that can hold a D cup. Or hopefully we can find a place with an E cup in stock. As Deku would then say, is it really that big of a deal? As Momo would then say, it really is. Afterwards, All Might would then say, anyway, can anyone point out any flaws today? As Momo would then say, Ochako left her guard down getting captured. Bakugo went off to settle a personal grievance, and Midoriya as well. But Bakugo let his rage and emotions get the better of him like an idiot. As Bakugo would then say, what did you say, Ponytail? As Momo would then say, you heard what I said, and we all heard what you said. As all the girls in Class 1A, including Midnight, would surround Bakugo saying, if you ever say that in front of us again, you're dead. They wouldn't be saying this, they would just be glaring at Bakugo, and he would get the gist of what they're saying with their eyes. As Bakugo would then walk off saying, what the hell? As All Might would then say, okay. And the MVP for today is Ida, for the same reason as in the original canon. Afterwards, Bakugo would then look at the girls glaring at him, and he would then decide just to leave. After Bakugo had left, the girls would surround Deku saying, so, let's do it after school, with Deku saying, sure, no problem, I just need to tell my mom. As all of them would just be cheering, happy to actually go out and hang out with some friends. As Deku and the girls would be walking out, they would then say, Mina would then say, first, we're gonna go clothes shopping, then bra shopping, then I know this great cafe, then a bunch of other places. As Deku would then say, oh, cool, with him being, well, nervous, because this is the first time he's ever done something like this. Deku isn't really nervous around girls anymore because, again, he is a girl at this point. Basically a girl. Half a girl? I digress. But anyway, he just wouldn't be nervous at this time. He would just be really nervous of, well, going into a women's clothing store and being yeah. You guys get what I'm getting at here, so whatever. Afterwards, out of nowhere, Midnight would then come up behind Deku saying, hey Midoriya, with her cleavage touching the back of Deku's head. With Deku saying, Midnight, as he would then transform. I know I said Deku doesn't get nervous around girls, but he will get nervous if one of them, well, did what Midnight did to him. But anyway, as Deku would then say, don't do that again. As Midnight would then say, huh, you transformed. As Ochako would then say, he transforms when his emotions reach a certain point. As Midnight would then say, what emotion would this be? Embarrassment? As Deku would then say, quiet. As the girls would then laugh at Deku saying, you guys ready? As they will all say, yeah, let's go. And that is it for our video, you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more, all that good stuff, and yeah. This took me a while to record because I was doing stuff the entire time. But you guys, seriously, I'm going to be busy for a while, and my videos might start coming out much later. I'm going to try and get back in my normal swing of things, but work is just kicking my butt at this point, and yeah. For those of you guys who want What If Deku Had the Omnitrix Part 2, I am working on that right now. I have decided to take this part in a different direction from my other What Ifs. I incorporated something that you guys all know about. Let's see if you guys guess what I did. But anyway. Anything else I want to tell you guys? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Once I get, like, What If Deku Had the Omnitrix done, I'm gonna start working on the other stuff on the channel more. Or if I get tired of, or if I get writer's block with working with with Deku at the Omnitrix, I might do something else that someone wanted me to do. And you know who you are, so yeah. And that's it. Like goal for this video. Seeing how well the last one did, I want to see 200 likes on this video within 42 hours. I believe 42 hours is a reasonable request. And yeah. This has been King Majin saying, I am struggling, signing out. Peace.